In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys our untapped client acquisition strategy that has literally single-handedly helped us scale our agency from charging simple $1,000 to $2,000 a month monthly retainers to being able to charge 5 figures a month in invoices for our clients. First of all, it's with clients who we love working with, and second of all, the clients that enjoy working with us and our team. This is literally the only way of client acquisition we've been doing for the past 16 months, and it has generated amazing results for us, and we've gone on to land some of our dream clients that we had put on our goal list to hit and sign. And just to give you guys some proof, here's one 5-figure payment from one of our clients from one payment processor that we've received. This is literally the only form of client acquisition we've been doing for the past 16 months, and we've only heard of a couple of people who use this exact strategy, and it's mostly like people we know personally in the space that we've shared ideas with, etc. And today I'll be going over the exact system we use for you guys as well. Now, who am I and why should you listen to me? My name is Abdullah. I'm one of the twin brothers who's behind this YouTube channel, and me and my twin brother Omar, we currently run a growth agency called Creators Amplify. And just to rewind a bit, last year we scaled our agency exclusively working with personal brands and creators. So basically creators you guys see online that post content about a certain business model, teaching it to their audience. So it could be like sales, trading, whatever, drop shipping, SMMA, and then they sell a course, a mastermind, mentorship on the back end. Those are the exact type of leads that we target for our specific agency. And today we've gone on to sign a handful of clients that we currently manage, so grow their online presence online through YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and we handle all the content creation, scripting, etc. And then on the back end, we help them scale their education business through marketing flywheel. So basically anything that has to do with marketing and sales, we do it for our clients. And let me make it clear, this video and this acquisition model is not only for people that target the exact type of customers that we target. If you're running any type of agency, matter of fact, any type of service-based business or a consulting business, this video and this acquisition model will benefit you. And chances are you're watching this, like I said, you're in the service-based niche, you have your own consulting business, or maybe you're just starting out in this space. Either way, this video will single-handedly shift the way you think about signing clients and acquiring customers for your business. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. After generating a healthy amount of cash for both ourselves and our portfolio of clients, I'm talking like over $10 million in collective earnings across all the offers we run, we realized something super big. Most of the client acquisition strategies out there right now are outdated, they're literally completely saturated, or just basically watered down versions of someone else's advice or someone else's basic course content. Literally everyone's blasting the same cold email templates, using the same DM templates, and trust me, don't even get me started on the copy paste Twitter messages I've been receiving. And even because I'm logged into most of our clients' Instagrams and Twitters, etc., people will literally send the same message they sent to me or send to one client, and they'll go and send the exact same message to another person. So it's like basically copy and paste stuff. No thought, no attention to care has gone into them. And it's basically everyone's just copying each other, right? They're trying to steal each other's claims and they're trying to copy each other's branding colors. And then they wonder why they're not signing any new clients. And we literally felt the same thing happen to us at the end of 2023. And to be honest, basically the whole year of 2023. At that point, we literally knew at the start of 2024, we knew we had to take a new approach if we wanted to go on and sign our dream clients. And we needed a strategy that felt a bit more natural to us and something that could cut through the noise and help us stand out from all the other service providers that were literally out for the same clients that we were out for. And at the same time, we didn't want something that felt overly salesy or just like over the top overall. And after months and months of testing and trying different acquisition strategies like cold emails, like copy and paste cold DMs, maybe a bit of personalization, we finally found something that worked extremely good. And when we cracked that thing, it literally made everything click for us. We started signing clients effortlessly. The way clients were showing up to our, even it could be like free strategy calls or our first meetings, it was a complete shift to what we were doing before. So without further ado, let me introduce the exact method for you. I've named this fancy word, I mean, you can call it whatever word you want, the free value loom method. Now, if you're a business owner or even a solo operator that has a small team, chances are you've heard of the software Loom. It's basically like a screen recording tool, but for us, we use it for much more than that. It's not just about sending a video to a prospect. It's basically like a positioning tool. It lets you build trust, demonstrate authority, and spark curiosity all in one go. And best of all, it helps you close deals without it feeling like it's like this huge sales pitch, business pitch you're doing to them. It essentially feels very low-key. It doesn't come across too forceful or needy, etc. It's like if the message you put into that Loom is well put together and you're articulate in the way you speak, business owners will appreciate that. Because have you ever, trust me, I think you guys have, it has happened to me, like, because have you ever done outreach to a high-value business owner who has limited time in their day to take meetings, and then you're trying to best to send your Calendly link for them to book a call, but then they say they're like busy, and it's like you're trying to find the perfect time to meet them and relay and say what you want to say or sell your service. And to be honest, it can even be like a discovery call. The headache of just trying to carve out a piece of time in a business owner's calendar on top of how busy they already are is like a huge headache. So like Loom solves that. If you want to say something quickly in video format, you can just quickly record a Loom and send it off to the client. But especially this strategy, the free value Loom method, it's a bit different than that. When we started using this method last year, the results came literally instantly. I think it was last year, literally Jordan Welch outreach to one of our clients on Instagram. He literally used this exact same method. When we tried to poach our client, but it's okay. It's okay. It's friendly competition. But that's crazy. Like a huge business owner, a personal brand that already has millions of followers across all their platforms, still use this method to sign high ticket deals. And I'm pretty sure it was for his like YouTube offer, where it's like he'll consult personal brands on how to blow up on YouTube, etc. It's just like an interesting thing that recently happened to us. And if you're thinking, yeah, but I don't have time to record Looms all day, I have literally one message for you. If you're not, as the founder, as the CEO of your own business, if you're not willing to spend a part of your day, it could be like the first 2 or 3 hours of your day, or maybe in the evening, doesn't matter. As a founder, if you're not willing to spend a portion of your day every single day to focusing on getting new leads for your business or closing customers or clients, I hate to break it to you, but these 3 things will happen to you. 1, your business will simply not grow, because client acquisition is the most important part. If you're not getting new clients through the door at all times, your business is on a slow decline, right? Because business either is slowly or quickly going up and growing, or it's slowly or quickly declining and losing its momentum. And number 2, you're a terrible founder. I hate to break it to you, but in my opinion, as a founder, one of your biggest responsibilities is to focus on growing the business. And how do you grow a business? Through client acquisition. It could be like organic content. Let's say, for example, you run a marketing agency. As the founder, why don't you start posting on YouTube? New leads will start seeing you every single day. They'll check out your website. They'll potentially work with you, etc. Number 3, you probably won't see consistent success, because the thing with the client acquisition is it's not like you do outreach today, let's say for outbound, or you post a YouTube video today and tomorrow or the same day you'll magically sign a client. No, client acquisition is number 1, all about the numbers game. The more you do, and of course it has to be good outreach and good messaging on the front end, etc. And thirdly, you have to understand that it won't take a day, it won't take a week to acquire a customer. It will take a couple of weeks, maybe it'll take a month, maybe it'll take a couple of months, maybe even it will take years. It doesn't matter. Client acquisition is like you plant the seed today and the flower will bloom in the future. And in the beginning of your business journey, time is your leverage. Remember that. Time is your leverage. So use it to your advantage, because later on, when you're signing clients consistently, your leverage becomes money at that point. And at that point, for this specific strategy, you could hire like a VA or a setter to do this job for you. But in the beginning, I would recommend the founder to do this themselves, because the chances of you closing a client from this free value Loom method is way higher if you recorded it compared to, let's say, like a random VA or a setter that's working under you. But of course, if you get to that point, you could train, like I said, a VA or a setter to follow a framework, and you could teach them how to personalize it to every single new customer or client. So basically, you don't end up being stuck behind your laptop all day recording Looms, essentially. Because at that point, you actually have more important tasks to work on. But to be honest, I wouldn't even worry about doing this until you're making at least 10 to 20K per month from your service business, whatever, consulting business. Now, to get to the winning framework, let me present it to you. It's basically like a 3-step framework we use. And just like a quick note, after I've explained this entire part, I'll show you a real example of one Loom we like I personally created, that helped us close a client. Now, here's the 3-step framework we use. Step 1, you need to dissect the prospect's current state. Now, what do I mean by this? Before recording anything, understand your leads, understand their pain points, understand where they want to get to in terms of, let's say, it could be like revenue milestones. They want to get to from 50K per month to, let's say, 200K per month, or to be honest, it could be any other factor that they deeply care about, and you're aware that they care about that factor. And again, as a reminder, this method does not only work for the niche that we're in. It will literally work for any service-based business, any consulting business. For example, you can ask these questions to yourself. Are they struggling to make money through their education business because they're selling basic ebooks? Are they struggling to grow their audience on social media? Do they have a horribly designed landing page that they send all their traffic to? Like, literally get in the trenches, study what they're doing, and then find the missing parts to their, grand puzzle. Like, because essentially any business, they want to make more money, or they want to hit specific MMR goals or ARR goals. And that's like monthly recurring revenue or annual recurring revenue. Or maybe they want to hit 50 employees. Doesn't matter. Most businesses, they need money to get there. They need, because money is like fuel for them, right? So, like I said, get in the trenches, study what they're doing, find what's missing, and basically what I want you to do is look for leaking pipes in your, potential clients or prospects funnel. Maybe something in their process isn't good, something maybe in their acquisition strategy. Essentially, with this part, the only goal we should have is, let's say I want to do outreach to this guy's name. His name is Bob, let's say. Bob runs a education business where he teaches other people how to start an SMMA. Like, he sells like cheap looking ass ebooks. His landing page is horrible. It looks super ugly. And he's sending all of his traffic to that. Let's say he's garnering 10 million views a month on short form or on long form every month. As a business owner, for me, if that's my ICP, which it is, someone that runs an education business and posts content online, when I see that, I see opportunity, I see money. What do? One, I know his pain. He's 100% not making the amount of money he wants to make because his process is just not optimized, essentially. And this is the perfect opportunity where I can step in with my expertise and show him a different path that, let's say, people in his industry are taking and are making 10 times more money than him, for example. Because sometimes, like, in the outreach, you have to hit on your prospects, kind of like ego, because for sure they're aware of their competition. So if you bring up their competition and how you can help them beat their competition, it's going to spark some sort of motivation for them to take action and change their current ways of doing XYZ thing, right? And here I even put, like, you can check their Google, YouTube ads, whatever. Essentially, the Loom video needs to target their pain points and desires, because you want to explain their problem better than they can explain it themselves. And once you do that, they'll immediately see you as the expert in their eyes. Now, step 2, present the solution. Once you've, number 1, diagnosed the problem, show them the path forward to hitting their desired goals. So even if you don't even like fully know exactly what their goals look like, you can easily find it out, or just create like a ballpark image of what their, desired state looks like. For example, if it's an online creator, maybe join their webinar, see how many people end up purchasing their mid-ticket offer by checking the chats at the end. Like, you'll always see people say, I joined. Count how many people they are, like do some rough math estimate on how much they make. And sometimes you're even able to estimate how much someone is making just based off their lifestyle, what they post on Instagram. Say they go on extensive trips, they, blow money on yachts, etc., supercars. And thirdly, you can even run just basic funnel economics. And for each funnel, like for example, a webinar funnel, book a call funnel, you can just ChatGPT the industry numbers that you're kind of like supposed to hit, if you want to say that. If I take a webinar funnel as an example, it's, let's say, how many people that end up clicking on the sign up link, or how many attendees that show up. There's like specific industry standard percentages that everyone tries to hit, and yeah, you can just like run basic funnel economics through there. And even if it's like local businesses you're selling to, find their number on Google Maps, call them, ask them how many appointments they get among, let's say for example, it's like a barber shop. Ask them how many appointments they roughly get in a week, check how much they charge. Like, if you actually just do a bit of extra work, you could find out just like on a ballpark how much a business or let's say a creator or personal brand is making. And when it's finally time to present your solution to that business or person, you record your Loom video and you basically walk them through your unique framework or method of how you're going to help them hit their desired state. Because at the end of the day, you're not just pitching a service or just like a normal offer. You're offering to bridge a gap in their business to get them from where they are now, which is their current state. They have pain points. They don't like this place. They want to get to their desired states where their competition is. They're making 10 times, 20 times more money. They have 10 times better reach, etc., all these metrics you could track. I want you guys to use this exact framework. Number one is like the intro. So it's basically going to be, the Loom video is going to be split into 3 parts: the intro, the middle part, and the CTA. I just said the middle part. I don't have a name for it. So number one is quickly give a compliment on something they're doing very well at the moment. So it's essentially the same way as if you would go to, let's say, a networking event. You're meeting other business owners, and let's say, Bob runs a successful marketing agency. The first thing you do is you just congratulate him. You say, wow, you're running a super successful agency. Keep crushing it. Love what you're doing, etc. Just give any compliment, something that will make them feel just a bit special. After that, you go straight into mentioning your unique mechanism or claim, like what you can help them achieve. So here you address key problems and bottlenecks with their current way of doing XYZ thing. You hit on their pain points and how they're leaving potential growth on the table by not implementing, let's say, XYZ funnel or a system that other people in their industry are taking advantage of. So this, again, it goes back to the thing where people feel like they always have to, especially people that are competitive. Like, I'm competitive. I know my brother Omar is competitive. Most business owners and just entrepreneurs in general were competitive beings. So if you can hit on the point that this person's competition is doing 10 times more better than them, maybe you'll spark some sort of motivation for them to take action and, like I said, change their way of doing their current thing that's clearly not getting them anywhere. But then the third thing is present this system and break it down for them in a simple format. So here you're explaining how this specific mechanism or system will get them to their desired state. And then again, give examples of other people in their industry who are currently crushing it. Basically that. And then, of course, like I said in the beginning, stay tuned. At the end of this part, I'll just quickly show you guys a live example of one I myself recorded that literally landed us that exact same client. And just some extra things to keep in mind, of course. Always use clear language. So some phrases you can use is like, here's where you're losing leverage. Here's what we'd implement. And here's how things would look on the other side. The reason why I highlighted these things is with these looms, you never want to come across as you're kind of like babysitting them or you're kind of like flaming them, putting them on the spot. No, if you guys do that, trust me, this method will not work. And in the beginning, we did do that, but then we quickly learned it was like the wrong way, It was basically just through trial and error that we came to master this specific strategy of, client acquisition. But you want to use phrases like these I've highlighted because it comes off as a friend giving simple business advice. Like, hey, bro, I think you should do this to help scale your business further. Not, hey, bro, you're doing this wrong. You're a horrible business owner. Listen to me. You have to do X, Y, Z. No, you don't want to do that because you're not just a service provider at the end of the day. You're a problem solver. And that's where the real value lies. And that's where I want you guys to have that mindset shift. Like, don't think of yourself as, okay, I'm just a girl or a guy that provides a service to barbershops or to creators that have an education business. No, you're a problem solver because trust me, high value business owners value problem solvers more than full-time employees or basic contractors that they have to remind every single day what their job is to do, And remember this quote from Elon Musk: you get paid in proportion to the difficulty of the problem you solve. Like, I want you guys to remember that. Now, step 3, the CTA, but without the pressure. At this stage, after you've presented the unique mechanism and you've given your unique insights and inputs on how they can scale their business even further, you give them the next step, but don't hard pitch it. You can say something like, if this makes sense, name, and you want to map it out further, I've opened up a few slots for free strategy sessions this week. Let me know if you're free. I'll map out an entire roadmap on how you can implement this and scale your business in the next coming 3 months or 6 months. I wish you the best. Hope you're available for the call, etc. Something like that. Very simple, very subtle, kind of like I said before, a friend is giving you business advice. Shouldn't come off as salesy at the end of the day. And here are some quick rules to follow when you're pitching the CTA. Don't be needy. That's number one. Like the way you speak, the way you articulate your thoughts and your ideas to potential customers and clients. Don't say stuff in a needy way, because neediness repels business. And second is, depending on how much communication you've had with the prospect beforehand, custom tailor the CTA. Like sometimes what we've done is we've already talked with the prospect a bit in the DM. Maybe they came as a referral. Sometimes we like directly just pitch in the Loom at the end in the CTA. We just pitch our offer directly to them, and then we pitch like a book a call for your onboarding call if you want to buy into our services, etc. The CTA should be tailor-made to your specific situation, and it has to make the most sense, you know. And lastly, to increase the likelihood of them booking in a strategy call with you on Loom, what you could actually do is you could embed a link on the top right hand corner. So that could be like, after you say if you want to book in a free strategy session, a button on the top right hand corner, which I'll show in just a second. Literally here, if you go to Loom, if you go to add a link, you go to edit, you'll add a link. You could add the link, and it will basically, if people click on it, it will directly go to, like, let's say a Calendly link where people can just book in a call from there. So yeah, and we position the Loom as a free strategy session where people are going to get immense value, upfront value, maybe even free work as just like a gesture. People show up excited to hear your advice and how you could potentially help them scale their business even further. Like they're essentially, their guard is down, their sales guard is down, and they're more open to hearing what you have to say. And of course, potentially becoming a client if you have the testimonials to back up what you're saying, and you're articulate, you know what you're talking about, you have a lot of social proof behind your back that, you know, could back up your claims. And next thing is, I wanted to show you guys a example of a literally Loom outreach we did that we ended up actually signing this exact client. So let's get straight into that. Of course, I'll blur the name because we're under NDAs and, you know, those contract clauses, but literally it was like a quick 5-minute Loom, just my face in the left bottom corner, a Google Doc I had whipped up, and I'll read the first part of like the claim we were telling this potential prospect. And keep in mind, this was about a year ago that I sent this exact Loom, so it was still in like the early stages of us, you know, testing this theory out. And it says in the claim that we were doing to this specific client, it was basically like, here's how you can turn your expertise into an established education business and enter the 7- and 8-figure club of online experts who are authority figures and have the best student case studies. Basically, for this specific creator, they hadn't launched their info product yet, but they still had like 400,000 followers, or no, actually, like across all social media platforms, I think they had like 1.5 million followers, but they had never sold an info offer before to their audience, and it was specifically in the trading niche. So we saw that as a great opportunity to step in and pitch that as a service. Like, we'll turn your expertise into a education business that runs on autopilot. The only thing they needed to do was literally just sit down, record weekly content for like short form, long form, etc., and we would handle the rest. That was for this client specifically, and we actually ended up signing the client, I think it was 1 month or 2 months after I sent this Loom. So yes, it did take a bit of time, but of course with relentless follow-ups, which I'll get into follow-ups in a second, but we followed up and eventually they closed. Now, one important thing to keep in mind is your positioning when you're doing the outreach. So if you're, for example, if you're doing outreach from an Instagram account, make sure your profile picture looks professional. Make sure your bio quickly mentions what you do without coming off too salesy. Like, don't have something in your bio that says DM me the word now if you want to work with me. It comes off very like AI and scripted. I don't know, it's just like a weird feeling. And of course, even in your Instagram highlight section, have like client testimonials to show off your authority, and then of course have also like some clean looking lifestyle posts, even Instagram reels if you want. And then if you're doing outreach from email, have of course like a nice email profile picture, a professional sign off, use your full name, use a company domain. Avoid like clickbaity subject lines, use short paragraphs, try to like be concise with your message. And of course, in the future, I'll 100% make a video on templates you guys could follow, not like word for word templates, but basic principles you guys could apply in your cold email outreaches. Also, one important thing is like make it mobile friendly for reading, because like business owners, they're always on the go. So think about that, like they'll read emails on the phone. And then most importantly, I think most people don't even talk about this, is one thing you don't want with your cold emails is for them to go in the spam box, because no one checks their spam inbox. So to avoid this happening and to make sure your emails go to your primary inbox, keep your formatting clean, try to keep text only and no pictures, and then of course always send from a warm domain. And then I also wanted to include this extra part in this video, and it's specifically for people that already have an existing following online. So they kind of like have a micro personal brand, it could be like a business brand, etc. Inbound leads, like this right here is where most people just completely fumble, because like if you're getting inbound leads, maybe through like a form, funnel, DM, whatever, that's literally like pure gold, because potential customers are constantly showing intent to purchase into one of your products, etc. Like they're raising their hand without you even having to ask for it. So it's like inbound, of course it beats outbound, but the thing is like outbound acquisition is controllable. Like you can control to make 1,000 cold emails or cold DMs in one day, but you can't control getting 1,000 or 100 inbound leads per day. It like fluctuates more. But if you're a personal brand or a business that does get inbound leads, what do you do in that case? What I recommend is, as soon as someone opts into your funnel or like they DM you, have a setter or a VA record a personalized Loom within like the first 15 to 30 minutes of, like I said, them following your, let's say, Instagram profile, Facebook profile, whatever. Even if it's just like 60 seconds long, even like 30 seconds long, doesn't matter. And you could say something like, hey name, just saw your application come through, and this specifically if it was like a form they filled out. Hey name, just saw your application come through. I appreciate you taking the time to fill it out. Took a quick look and noticed you're working on X. Thought I'd share a few quick insights on Y ahead of our call to give you a sense of how we could help. Excited to chat. This is basically if, let's say, someone booked a call with you or they just came through your DMs, they saw your content, etc. Keep in mind, like this Loom video, just that one video, it builds connection. It sets the tone for what's about to happen next, and it instantly separates you from everyone else they're talking to. And like I said, if you're busy, just have a setter do it. And the key with this is record the Loom with speed. So as fast as possible after someone has like opted into your funnel, they booked a call with your team, or they've even like followed you on Instagram, or just like something that they did that shows some sort of interest to them wanting to buy a product of yours. And like I said, like the key is speed plus personalization. Make it personalized to them only, because it'll make them feel a bit more special. And to be honest, like even a follow is a potential buying signal, especially for like people that run info offers that, consistently post organic content online. And it's like a huge sleeper move. Like if someone follows you, have a setter reach out to them ASAP, even if they haven't sent you a message or anything, especially if your profile clearly communicates what you do and who you help. And specifically for our clients that have info offers in their Instagram, if someone follows, we'll have a setter reach out saying something like, hey name, appreciate the follow. Curious, are you working on something similar in X niche or just checking out the content? It's casual, low pressure, and it opens up conversations like crazy. And of course, after the setter talks with them, vets them out, if they're a good fit for your service or program, the setter could like record a quick 1-minute Loom and drop some value, and literally from there, start building a customer relationship. And lastly, is the most probably the most important part. Follow-ups are key to closing high-ticket clients, because let's keep it real. Selling high-ticket services and products, it takes time. With one of our clients and partners, the average close time for their 10K product, 10K USD, that's in United States dollars, was 2 to 4 weeks after someone entered the funnel. So after them receiving all the email flows, etc., etc. So you can't expect someone to pay you the moment they like enter your funnel, or they fill out your form, or they follow you on Instagram. Because like I said, high ticket sales is built on, number one, trust. It's built on clarity, and it's built on timing. And just like a quick story, something like regarding followers that happened to our agency is back in Q3 of 2024, we signed one of our biggest agency clients to date, and it's currently April 2025. And of course, I can't name drop because we're under an NDA. But the point is this. We originally reached out to that same person at the very end of 2023. And at first, like, we even jumped on a call with that person. They didn't buy because they were like busy, not ready, whatever, it doesn't matter. But still, we kept following up once a month. And literally after 10 months, they finally signed an agreement and paid the first invoice. And trust me, if I told you who it was, you'd understand why it was worth it. Now, I'm not saying follow up with every single prospect for a year straight. Literally, just make it a habit of yours to follow up with leads that had shown some sort of interest in the past. For example, people who applied to work with you, or they DM'd you, or even if they had like hopped on a call with you months ago or even a year ago. Because maybe now they might finally be ready to invest in your program or service, or the time may be right for them now. Because one thing we've learned is the one thing you should always avoid is always expecting deals to fall onto your lap. Like you doing outreach, you expect people to just reply to you. We think the complete opposite. Follow up relentlessly, of course. Every time you follow up with more value. Record them another loom. Give them more free value. Even if you have to, do free work for them. Doesn't matter. Do it, follow up until they either become a client or they simply tell you to F off or unblock you. Now, final thoughts. Here's one scary truth that many people hate to tell you. Your prospects, each and every single day, week, month, year that passes, your prospects are getting smarter. They know when they're being pitched to and sold to. And the worst thing is, whilst this is happening, the worst thing you can do is like hide your intentions or hide the fact that you're selling to them. That's literally exactly what makes you seem not trustworthy. Instead, what I want you to do is lead with value. Start genuine conversations. Give them clarity before they ever pay you. Even if you have to, like I said before, provide free work. Provide free work upfront without asking for anything in return. One of our top clients, the first thing we ever did to him, this was back in early 2024, is we edited like free short form videos for him. And a couple of them went viral. What happened? Of course, he signed as a client. Like he literally didn't even have to pay us. We did like upfront work and our team was okay with that because they understood the long-term value that could come out of that. We edited some free content for that client. They went viral because we actually know what we're doing. And they ended up signing as a client. And that's just like a cool thing that happened. Because the free value loom method isn't just a trick. It's a high value positioning shift. It gives you leverage. It helps build trust with prospects before they've ever jumped on a call with you. And it brings clients to you. Simple as that. Pre-sold and ready to buy. Because they feel like they've received so much upfront value and upfront work and upfront commitment. Because at the end of the day, guys, remember, we're selling to smart business owners. These are not like B2C customers that don't know all the sales tricks in the playbooks that all these sales guys teach. Like they've already gone through that. They've already jumped on multiple calls with other agencies pitching their services. So the best thing you can do is to stand out from the crowd, do stuff that no one else is doing. And I'm telling you, this method, I said it in the beginning, I've only seen a couple of people do it. Apart from us, I've only seen a couple of other agency owners do it. And it has also worked tremendously well for them. So if you're not using this method, I urge you to get on it as soon as possible. Anyways, if you want a copy of this document, just DM me on Instagram and I'll leave my handle below. It's AGX Khalid, what you see on the screen now. And yeah, I hope this video provided you with some great insights. I hope it sparked some kind of light bulb in your mind to go now take action. And if one of you guys watched this and used this and you sign a client, please send it to my Instagram. I need motivation to keep going and recording more and more videos like these. 2 last notes I want to leave behind in this video. Number 1, comment like the parts where you liked about this video. If you guys want me to record any other videos, even Omar, he's going to also record more upcoming videos in this month and in the foreseeable future. And yeah, second thing was, one of my friends told me this actually. Let me bring up the quote 1 sec. You shape your world. To the miserable person, the world is a miserable place. To the optimistic person, the world is an optimistic place. To a scarcity rich person, the world is a scarce place and they'll in return get scarcity. To the abundant person, the world is an abundant place and they'll in return get abundance. Your external is a reflection of your feeling internally. Super simple. Remember that. Especially now, because I don't know, like recently I've received a lot of DMs where people are saying like, I'm good at my skill. I know I can provide good results for my clients if they say yes to my service XYZ, but I have a hard time signing clients. And to them, I give them this advice. Why? Because for a person that thinks there's a scarce and limited amount of clients out there to go sign, his reality will be a reflection of that. So he will literally find himself not signing clients. Because literally the moment me and Omar made the mindset shift of thinking in a scarce way to an abundant way of thinking, I promise you, we went on to have our best months in our agency. We went on to sign our dream clients just because we knew, literally internally, in our souls, in our hearts, in our mind, we knew that we were worthy of getting these clients. Because what was the actual difference between us getting them versus our competitors? It's literally the same service. And no, we actually believe that we could provide a better service than our competitors. And in turn, the universe, God, whoever you want to attribute it to. I'll attribute it to God, of course. You literally get an abundant amount of blessings and deals on your lap. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.